It's great to see the three newest faces of the Golden State Warriors. And let me introduce everyone up here. Of course, to my far left is Golden State Warriors assistant GM Mike Dunleavy. 2 days from today will be the 20th anniversary of him being drafted third overall by Golden State back in 2002. Of course, to his right is Ryan Rollins, second-round draft pick, taken 44th overall. Warriors moved up 7 spots to get him at 44. In the middle, we have Patrick Baldwin Jr., who is taken out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, the number 28 overall pick. And to my left is Gui Santos out of Brazil, taken with the number 55 overall pick. I'd like to introduce some members of, some family members of both Patrick and Ryan. So to my left in the front row, we have his parents, Sean and Patrick Sr., and his sisters, Tatum, Brooke, and Claire. And then to my right, we have Ryan's parents, Tony and Chris, his brother, Chris, and his agent, Mike Silverman. I'd like to also welcome everyone listening to this press conference on 95.7 The Game, the Warriors' flagship radio station. And so how this is going to go is I'm going to give each of these players and Mike a question. Then we will open it up to questions from the media. We'll also have a photo op after that. And then after the photo op, where you can take pictures of the players with their new jersey numbers, then we can break down into group interviews. So first things first, I'll start with you, Mike, and it's been quite a last 8 days or so. Last Thursday, you win a championship, you host a parade on Monday, and then 3 days after that, you draft 3 players for your 2022-23 season and beyond. Obviously, you have scouts who work on the draft year-round and stuff, but what has this last week been like for you, winning a championship and getting ready for a draft?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. No doubt it's been an exciting week, and I think you learn the page turns pretty quick. So we've gone from the parade to the draft in just 3 days, and we're fortunate to come out of it today with 3 quality players we're really excited about that we can add to our young core, and we're excited to have them out here.
Ryan, let's move on to you because I know you're a player who I've read some interviews from you in the past. You're a big fan of a player like C.J. McCollum, another guard who came from a mid-major conference like yourself coming out of Toledo. Just curious, obviously the Warriors have had success with a guy like Stephen Curry who came from a mid-major school as well. How much do players like those guys motivate you, and what have you kind of taken from their games as you have now become an NBA player yourself?
They motivate me a lot. It just shows, they kind of pave a way for guys like me, just mid-major guys that don't get highly recruited, don't get the most televised games and whatnot. But, it's for sure exciting. I'm glad to be in this position, and I'm ready to prove something.
Now, Patrick, I read that you attended your first basketball game at 8 days old when your dad was an assistant at Green Bay. And then when you were in the 2nd grade, your dad hired you to be a water boy for the team so you could be around the team. And, basketball's been in your blood. Athletics are in your blood. Your mother was a great middle blocker at Northwestern. Go UNU. Medill class of 2011 over here. So I just take it that you figured that basketball was going to be your life basically from day one, or not?
Yeah, so from the day I was born, a basketball was put in my hands, and I've had great people in my corner, and I've had great coaches to learn from Doug Collins to Coach Collins to my father to all the coaches that my dad has coached with. Just taking little bits and pieces from everybody that I've been with along the way, and it's really built me into the person and basketball player that I am today.
Gui, bem-vindo a São Francisco. I read that it was your birthday 2 days ago. You just turned 20, so feliz o dia de nascimento. What'd you do to celebrate your birthday?
Oh, to celebrate my birthday, I just stay at home with my friends. I was in Florida with my agents, and I was really, really anxious waiting for the draft, but it was a good experience. Past my birthday here, and with special persons that changed my life.
Well, congratulations to all 3 of you guys for becoming the newest members of the Golden State Warriors. And now we'd like to open it up to questions. We have Mike over to my right and Cole to my left, who are going to be passing around mics. Just go ahead, raise your hand, and we'll get a mic over to you.
How would you 3 guys just describe what it was like to hear your name and to be drafted to the reigning NBA champs?
Yeah, I can go. I mean, First of all, it was surreal. I mean, I didn't believe it at first, and I think a lot of people have that same reaction. But immediately I knew I was coming into a culture, and I'm stepping into a winning culture. And I just knew from that day forward, I've got to put my best foot forward. And I'm just excited to be in this organization, and I just want to continue to win.
Yeah, like you said, I was very excited. Just hearing my name called, it was almost like a feeling of relief. Just all the hard work that you put in all over the years of just getting to this position in life. It was amazing for sure. It was surreal.
For me, it's a pleasure to be here, be a Warriors too. And when I hear my names being called, was like a dream come true because one guy for another country from Brazil, be here in U.S. and run for your dream. That's amazing. Was a great experience for me.
Hi, I'm Jason Dumas with Crown Forest Sports. Patrick, I read an article you were quoted in, I think it was back in February. You're just kind of talking about your basketball inspirations and what kind of drives you. And you mentioned Draymond Green and his leadership. I guess, did you have any conversations with him since you've been drafted or even during the pre-draft process? And how does it feel now to be a teammate of his?
Yeah, I haven't had any conversations with him yet. I'm excited to get a chance to talk to him, but I mean, just being able to take the court alongside in the practice facility with some of the legends of the game and some of the guys that you've really grown up watching and idolized. I mean, it's a surreal moment. I mean, like that article stated, Draymond's a great point of inspiration for me, and I like to take a lot of bits and pieces from other players, and I'm really excited to see what he has to say and little nuggets that I can pick up from him.
Any other questions? Looks like Mike's getting past. Shayna?
Another for Patrick. Something that Bob said is that watching you sort of play, he noticed that you are the son of a player. How would you describe what it was like growing up in sort of a basketball family and how that's impacted your game?
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, it was really the best household that I could have ever asked for. I mean, you're sitting right behind my parents, and I mean, through every step of the way, they've helped me with basketball, they've helped me with life, and I mean, just as a basketball player, it definitely gives me a little bit of a step up at a younger age. But now I'm stepping into a position where the playing field is even, and I've got to seek out information for myself. But I'm very fortunate to have those guys in my corner for my whole life, and I mean, they've shaped me to be the person and player that I am today.
Hey Ryan, I was just wondering, you're a point guard who has a 6'10" wingspan. Obviously, your length really stands out. Are there any point guards that really have inspired you in the past for your game style as well?
Yeah, a little bit. You over there too, Sean Livingston. He a long, big guard. So, he was one of the guys in the mid-range area too, is where I like to operate a little bit. So, he was one of the guys. Like I said, C.J. McCollum was another one. Jordan Poole, he's another guy that I see similarities a little bit, so just guys like that for sure.
R.C. Davis, Warriors Radio. This question is for Mike. Obviously, the draft is about need as well as best player available. Can you kind of speak on each of these guys as what they jumped off the page for you guys?
Yeah, sure. I think starting with Patrick, we've had a long line of success with guys from Milwaukee, so that was tempting, but his overall size, length, and skill set to be able to shoot the ball, handle it, pass, we identified that. We felt good about it. We felt we were getting tremendous value at the 28th pick, so we're excited to have him. With Ryan, we've had Ryan in for a workout. We've watched him over the year at Toledo. We just felt like he's a dynamic guard that can play both ends of the floor, and our scouts, everybody really liked him. And Gui's a guy who's probably played the farthest away. We had to go long and far to find him. But Leandro Barbosa, one of the guys on our staff, actually played with him a few years back, so he's been on our radar. And all these guys present versatility. They play on both ends of the floor, and we think they can all shoot the ball. So good fits on and off the court for us, and guys we're excited to add to our culture.
This question's for Patrick. Is it true that when it came to decision day for college, you actually texted your dad coach that you were going to go play for him?
Yeah, so I believe the story goes I was in school, and it was kind of an epiphany moment. Like, I was thinking about it a lot over that month, and I was in school, probably not studying for a test or not paying attention, just I was in the clouds that day. And just out of the blue, texted my dad. I said, I want to go. I want to play for you. And at first, he didn't believe it, so I had to confirm it when he came home. But yeah, that was really just a split-second decision in the moment, and I have no regrets with it.
You were the youngest player ever to be sought after by Duke. You've played U19, so you've been on the national stage for a while. What was it like, though, to make that final decision to stay at home and play for Dad?
Yeah, it was a big weight off my shoulders. That decision was definitely looming over me, and definitely took a long time to come to. But at the end of the day, when I decided to go play for my pops for this year, I think it took all the weight off my shoulders, and just I could smile and play basketball.
While we're passing the mic around, just wanted to follow up with you, Patrick. Someone's mentioned the Milwaukee connection before. I'm just curious. Do you know Kevon Looney and Jordan Poole personally? And, of course, Juan Toscano-Anderson went to Marquette.
Yeah, I don't know any of them personally. I kind of came in as they were coming out, so I would have been a freshman when Jordan Poole was at La Lumiere, and I think Kevon Looney was kind of far past my time. So, but there's definitely that Milwaukee connection, and I feel it already. So I loved watching those guys play, and I definitely knew about their games far before I came to Milwaukee. But Milwaukee ties are definitely strong here.
Hey, Guy, just wondering your relationship possibly with Leandro Barbosa, and if he's someone who, again, you watched his film in the past and have found some inspiration from as well.
Yeah, Leandro for me was like a mentor in Brazil. I played with him 2 years there, and he teach me a lot of things. Since I met him, he teach me a lot of things, like how to use his body, how I have to do something to cut this guy or something like that. But he always have been like a mentor to me and help me and like take some decisions.
Yeah, Patrick, we probably all saw the video of you hitting the corner three and doing the look away thing. What inspired that? And was it spontaneous, or is that something you do occasionally?
Yeah, it was definitely spontaneous. In the moment, I had no clue what I was doing. I felt it. It went in, saw somebody on the bench, so I had to turn around and let them know. But that's usually not me. That's actually my first tech ever in my life. So that's not, I got a tech for it. But so that was my first tech ever in my life, but well-deserved, and it was a good tech, so.
What did your dad say to you after the tech?
We needed that fire, so it was a good tech. He had nothing bad to say. It was just we needed that fire.
Any other questions? Got time for a couple more questions here if the mic's getting passed around.
This question's for Ryan. Coach Kowalczyk, how did he prepare you to get to this level?
He prepared me he set out a plan for me coming into Toledo, just setting out what I needed to improve on, which is just, my shooting, just getting stronger, becoming a better basketball player and a better person. So just him helping me with that, and just, just his style of play, just is already like an NBA style, positionless, just 5 guys that can go out there and play basketball. So just with that, I kind of gave me a preview a little bit, I think.
When you arrived on campus, did you already start working on these are the things I need to do to get to the next level? Was there already a game plan there?
Yeah, that's what I meant. He had like a set game plan for me almost like over the years of what I was going to be doing and what the keys to success were for me.
I think we have time for 2 more questions from Jason and CJ.
For Ryan, you're from Detroit, the Mitten. I know people from there, they have a lot of pride being from Detroit. The Warriors got another guy from the Mitten and Draymond Green, I guess. How much pride do you have coming from that city, and how did that help shape you as a basketball player? And how excited are you to have another guy who takes a tremendous amount of pride being from that state as one of your teammates?
You know, I love Draymond for that, honestly. Just, you know, how he shows himself, how he provides himself to the media and all that. Just, yeah, I guess it is like a Midwest mitten thing, you know, just being from there, you kind of have a chip on your shoulder because not a lot of stuff is coming out of that area. You know, you just have that toughness on your shoulder, so it kind of just, it builds you up for it, for sure.
CJ Holmes, San Francisco Chronicle. This one's for my guys on the end. How do you two see yourselves fitting into what, Golden State system and what they're kind of trying to accomplish here?
Say that one more time.
How do you guys see yourselves? Sorry, that echo is weird, right? Well, how do you guys see yourselves fitting in the Golden State system and what they're trying to accomplish here?
Oh, I feel like I can create plays. You know, I think I'm a playmaker. I can create for myself, create for others. And I think I'm just a winner. You know, I make the right play. I play the right way. I don't try to do too much. You know, I'm just a shooter on the team. I'm going to get the ball to the shooter. So I just know how to play basketball. So I think it'll work out eventually.
All right, looks like, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Guy.
For me, I look like opportunity to show like what I can do, and it's like sometimes I forget the words because English is not my first language, but yeah, it's that. That's it.
Well, thank you, Guy, Patrick, Ryan, Mike, for joining me up here on the stage. And now we have time for a photo op for the jerseys with the players and their new numbers.